Shalom. All praises, all power, all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach well and rule well, who taught me this truth. Peace and salutations and blessings to the Akyam, the fellow laborers, the hopeful elect, pushing this truth at risk of their own lives throughout the four corners of the earth. And to the Akwath listening and learning, sincerity, and in truth and in silence, Shalom. It's your brother Shema from the GMS Toronto camp here in Toronto, here with another lesson. All right, we'll get right into it. You know, and we'll see where the Spirit takes us. Right? A quick hit. Right? You miss a day, you miss a lot. It says here, experts warn, and this is from End Time Headlines, March 21st, 2026. Right? The year of sellouts and apostates. Right? And there's a lot going on. It says here, experts warn of food rationing, panic buying, planes grounded, and an economic chaos far worse than the EMIC. Right? Once again, a lot is going on. Right? And these elites are pulling the puppet strings. Right? Everything is orchestrated. Everything is by design. All roads lead to the MOTB. Right? But beginning with the elder apostles on down, we've been telling you, we've been blowing the trumpet, we've been warning, we've been saying food instability is coming. We've been saying it for years, beginning with the elder apostles on down. You know? And 9 times out of 10, that statement is met with resistance from 2/3 of our people. As a matter of fact, let me get a scripture. Right? Let's get a Second Ezra, Slakia, Ezekiel. Slakia. It's in Ezekiel. It's on 36, no? 36. Ezekiel 33:3, and it reads, Ezekiel 33:3, Ezekiel 33:32, and it reads, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice. Right? 2/3 of the people look at the men of the Lord as entertainment. Right? That's all it is to them. Entertainment. They'll scoff. They'll laugh amongst themselves. They'll make memes, post it on their social media handle, memes of the prophets, right? And can play well on an instrument, right? Entertainment. The men of the Lord are just entertainment to the 2/3 of our people. For they hear thy words, but they do them not, right? They hear these things that the men of the Lord are saying, but it's falling on deaf ears. Verse 33. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, right? The prophecies, right? When it cometh to pass, right? Look, it will come. These prophecies are going to happen. All prophecies must be fulfilled. It reads, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them, right? Then they're going to know that warning I was hearing a few years back, that message that I scoffed at, right? Those men were on point. It says here, fears are mounting that the world is heading for an economic blow far worse than the emetic within weeks, as the Iran conflict threatens global oil and gas supplies. Experts warn it could trigger food shortages, right? And that's the subject matter, food shortages. Grounded flights, and that's already started to happen. I was looking at all the flights that have been grounded. Thousands of flights across Europe, Asia, grounded. And panic buying as countries risk running out of fuel and energy if key shipping routes remain shut, right? And we'll see what happens, right? We'll watch what happens, right? But the narrative is being spun. The agenda is unfolding right before our very eyes, right? And Lord will, it cranks up, right? Lord will, it cranks up, right? Because the longer this Strait of Hormuz remains shut, right, the longer the world's economy takes a hit, right? The supply chain takes a hit. Everything takes a hit, man. You know, Lord will, it continues to ramp up. Lord will, we see $150, $200 a barrel of oil, man. Right? Right? A lot of people are going to be squeezed, man. A lot of people are going to bug out. Let's get some scripture. 2 Ezra 6:22, and it reads, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, right? Suddenly, out of nowhere, right? Right, in the ancient world, farmers' fields, crops, right? Today, farmers' fields, crops, industrial warehouses full of food, the supply chain, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, right? There's the food depots trickle down to the supermarkets, right? Listen, if an alert goes out that if an alert goes out, or a podcast that has millions of followers says stock up because we ain't expecting any food for the next couple of weeks, that's when panic buying sets in. That's an example of the shelves being, and listen, the shelves have been limited for years since the emetic. That's called gradualism. Verse 23, and the trumpet shall give a sound, right? In a spiritual sense, the men of the Lord are blowing the trumpet, right? Prophesying, right? Warning the house of Israel, right? Putting up these video epistles. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid, right? Some take heed and they get right and they get scared, right? And some continue to scoff. There's Israelites that they have to see things live and up close and in HD, right? Before they attempt to make adjustments. Verse 24, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, right? People, listen, man, animalistic, brute, beast nature comes out when faced with food instability, water instability, right? Brute, beast, animalistic nature comes out if you butt a man in line. If there's a lineup for gas, say there's a run on the banks or a run on the gas, and you butt in front of somebody Violence typically takes place. Blood gets shed, right? All the worse when there's a food insecurity and water insecurity. And the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still. Right? Water issues, man. Right? Twofold also this truth going out. Right? This truth is likened unto living waters. Right? The Lord's going to put the Spirit on his men to pull back. That's part of the famine of the word. Right? The springs of the water of the fountain standing still. You're going to seek this truth and not be able to find it. Right? Buffering on your phone screen, trying to log into YouTube, and it's just a buffer. Amazon Prime, buffering. No cell phone service, buffering. Grid down, buffering. These things are coming. And in 3 hours they shall not run. Verse 25, whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape. That's the elect. Lord willing, we're at that number. And see my salvation. And who is salvation? Yahushua. And the end of your world, right? The Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth after. Right? This beast, this fourth beast, right? Rome 2.0, the revised Roman Empire, America the Great, Babylon the Great. This place is done. Right? Man, it's going to continue to get worse. Right? But yeah, that's it on that. Just a quick hit. Pre-camp. You know, quick news alert. I pray edified. Call Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles. Elders of Great Millstone to teach one. Ruwa, Shalom. To the hope for elect.